You gotta turn yours on.
We gotta turn it on. Bass. How low can you go?
Bass. How low can you go?
Yo, Death Row. What the you knows? Once again, back is the incredible Rhyme Animal, the incredible D. Do it up, number one.
All right.
Yeah.
And
Welcome to the escape room. Enjoy the game.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
welcome everybody to the DIU Escape Room Podcast. I'm Dom.
He is Dom.
And that's Phil.
I am Phil.
He is Phil.
Yeah.
We're on the road.
Road trip.
Yeah. Road trip indeed.
Long Island, baby.
Strong Island.
Strong Island.
And, yeah. What a way to get here.
Yeah. Ferry wasn't running.
Ferry wasn't running.
Bad weather.
Yeah. So
They were afraid of a little wind and rain.
yeah, I don't get it. Bunch of millennial snowflakes.
Yeah, I was all ready to go for my first ferry.
He wanted a ferry.
Baby, yeah!
I wanted that first ferry so bad, and they rejected me.
Anyway, yeah, we did not know that. You know, we never took the ferry across the sound before. So
No, I figured we'd get on top of the ferry and be all semen all over the deck. But nope, it didn't happen.
damn.
I know guys on crack that makes more sense than you.
Anyway, we made it here on a Friday night. We ended up driving all the way down 95 and driving all the way in, which actually is about the same amount of time to hop on the ferry and come across. So
Oh, we made it. We made a good time.
we did, even through a torrential downpour.
That caused gale.
That caught. Yeah, what the hell is gale?
Enough gale that the ferries weren't running.
I don't know what gale is. We'll have to look that up. Jesus.
They're very concerned down here about flooding from this storm. It's coming up
Yeah.
everywhere.
It is. Maybe they.
I mean, it was sunny today, but
and raining a little bit, but it's still flooding.
yeah, flood warnings everywhere.
I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway, we started out our escape room trip. Yeah, that's the story of our life. Trip down here. We started today at Challenge Escape Rooms, I believe the
Yes.
name is. I actually had the paperwork somewhere around here. There is a cough button here. You just got to let me know when you're going to cough, and I can go, "You're not on air," and whatnot. So, anyway, Challenge Escape Rooms. They have, on this card that shows they have 4 locations. I believe they only really
That's a
have-
lie.
I think they have 3. I think the Patchogue one is closed.
Petco one is closed.
We went to Franklin Square,
Yeah, sounds impressive.
and
It's not.
yeah, really, it's I mean, it's downtown.
It's a downtown area.
Yeah, a downtown area, 2nd floor place. Went in, greeted great.
Very enthusiastic when we first walked in.
Yeah, I think we were the first booking of the day too, weren't we? They opened
That
at
I don't
12.
know.
I think they opened at 12. I'm not sure. Anyway,
You know what? We were the first booking of the day.
you booked it at 1 o'clock this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So if you come down to Long Island, make sure you book your stuff in advance, especially for weekends. They book up quick.
Especially Saturdays.
Yeah, and we were lucky with the last place we just did. We'll talk about it on another podcast, but we were lucky to just slide right in and get a decent time.
Yeah.
Which again, we're gonna talk about them.
And if you're an enthusiast, you really should know better than what we did. It's always better to have a reservation. If you're there, if you made the reservation and you're there, and then ask if there's more rooms available, that's one thing. But just to be a walk in off the street is a little bit hard for these places to accommodate you sometimes.
Well, it is, but we weren't walk-ins. We did make the reservations. It's just that we probably should have just made them earlier than... Because we did try to contact a few of these places, and a few of them... One place didn't get back to us.
Yeah.
And a few others got back to you, but it was, you have to actually buy the 3 minimum ticket, and you got to do this.
3 or 4, yeah.
And so it's like, okay. And so... By the way, we are looking for travel buddies, man. Anybody who wants to travel with us and do escape rooms, let us know because
you gotta like going on ferries though.
Yeah. But you gotta be willing to do overnighters or drive back and forth. We don't care, but that way we can get some of these bigger teamed rooms done too.
Yeah, we were. It's one thing to go in and 2 of us play the room, but then there's a room that you really want to play, and they're like, nope, minimum of 4 people.
Yeah, and it's literally you need a minimum of 4 people.
Yeah.
It's built that way. I mean, some people are just, some places are like, we just want a minimum of 4 tickets bought. You could do it with 2 people.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So, yeah, if anybody wants to try to join the team, the travel team, I should say. Actually, we travel everywhere anyway. But contact us on Facebook, DIU Escape Crew on Facebook. And let us know. More than willing to join forces.
Yeah.
And see how we can do. Again, we don't look to win the game. Winning is great. We just like solving the puzzles and seeing what happens inside these rooms. And me, I love the whole behind-the-scenes thing. So I love what happens when you put these 4 bottles together. And,
the
that's
immersiveness, the puzzles.
Yeah.
The actual physical build of the whole thing.
We're not really.
I mean, boards are great. If you could, if you make the leaderboard, it's great. But I would rather get out of the room with seconds left on the clock than get out with a half hour left on the clock.
Exactly. It is what it is. So let's move on here. We went to Challenge Escape Rooms, which we booked 2 of them. We booked Wonderland,
which is one of our favorite themes.
Yes,
that we haven't done that many of. But it is a neat theme.
It is. And we did...
a bakery.
Oh, Sweet Shop.
Yep.
Sweet Shop. We just did them today, and I can't remember their names.
That's how impressive they were.
So we started with Wonderland, and again, they're using walkie-talkies.
Yep. Which seems to be a theme.
A lot of places are walkie-talkies. We've seen it since day 1, really.
Yeah.
Maybe day 2 with Masterpiece. They started with the walkie-talkies. I think that's the first time we used them, and that was, North Carolina. But apparently they must work well, but except for us.
They never seem to work well for us.
This Wonderland room, you walked in, and it was pretty immersive. For I don't even know if I want to say 4A, but it was built pretty well, pretty impressive.
I like the immersiveness, the look of the room.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Even getting, we had a hard time starting, and even the game master told us, that there was 2 rooms to the thing, and that, there were safes in there, which we hate safes, but warned us about it, the whole 9. Gave us a heads up on a few things not to mess with, till you have to mess with it, whatnot. He was very thorough when going through the room, the room with us, and so the first room was done very well. He said that we would fly through the first room, but we had a hard time even starting.
Yes,
in this room, until we found 1 key.
Which it was in a spot that we should have found it a lot sooner than we did.
Right, but it still threw us off, and I don't understand it.
It's a type of game where the puzzles are in both rooms. So some of the clues from one puzzle will be in one part of the room, and other clues from the same puzzle will be in another part of the room, and you're just kind of working at that, and you don't know that that's happening. And there were a lot of riddles and puzzle pieces that we thought meant something at the time that weren't used until the final thing. And because there were so many of them, it really threw us off on what to do, where to go, and what to look at.
Exactly. All right, so I'm trying to look up some of my notes that I took while we were there. So, again, immersion was very, very good.
It seemed to me, like I said, I liked the immersion. I thought it was great. When we first got in there, the game master I thought was enthusiastic. I thought he was great going through. But then it seemed to be that it falls along the wayside of that person is covering more than one game.
Yes,
Or
because we actually heard crowds outside of the room.
He actually said to us when we called him for a clue, and it took us a couple minutes for him to get back to us. His first answer was, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was with another group at the time." Which I understand that you apologize for it. That's fine. Let's move on.
Right.
But then every time we call you, the wait is longer and longer and longer, and every time we call you, you have to ask us,
What did we open
what
up
did
last?
we open up last, and what have we not opened yet? So, in my mind, he's not paying attention to us.
Right, you're not paying attention to us. Which falls back to the interview we did back in July, which I believe it got released sometime in August. Key to Escape.
Key to Escape.
They have one game master running
Yep.
one game, no matter how many games are being played.
Yep.
One game master to each game
They
while
won't
they're
book
running.
a game if there's not a game master.
Available, right. There's some that can do multiple, but
Yep.
you do take away from the experience of one team or one room or the other room.
Yeah.
You because there's no way in hell you could put your 100% concentration and focus on both rooms.
Right.
There's just no way.
And even to the point where at the second game we got the key, we walked out of the room, and he's still standing there talking to another group,
Yeah.
and we're standing there in the doorway like,
What are we doing?
yeah, what are we doing?
Like, the first room was I don't know. I thought some of the puzzles and the answers to the puzzles were leapy.
Yeah.
I didn't see. Maybe I just didn't understand their thinking. It goes back to what we were talking about before. Maybe they're trying to prove they're smarter than everybody.
That's the way this room seemed, the first room more than the second room.
Right.
Seemed that way. And he was nice enough to give us a walkthrough
Yeah. For the
when
rest
we
of the
were
room.
done.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest with you, sitting there listening to the walkthrough, I was still lost.
I was way lost.
I mean, he's telling you, okay, well, this is going to give you this, going to give you that, that's going to go here. And you're just sitting there like, oh, my God, I would never in a million years
Think that this
put
goes
that
to
combination
this.
together.
Right.
How does that work?
Right.
And then he explains it again, and you still don't get it. And it's just, and you tell him, well, listen, shouldn't that mean this? Because that's your normal way of thinking.
Right. And he's like, I can see where you think
I
that.
can see that, but that's not how we do it. Okay.
Yeah. It really didn't make that much sense to me. I was, really looking forward to this room, and then it just kind of killed me. I mean, I just kind of died out on it.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to do another Alice room for a while, to be quite honest with you. The last few have been letdowns that we've done for Wonderland. I mean, there's one more called Dark Hatter, I'm thinking of Steph. The Mad Hatter at the place we
Shout
just
out to
did.
Steph.
Yeah, shout out to Steph who started this whole freaking
Escape
thing for
Room
us.
OG.
Yeah. Put us on this track.
Yeah.
Really. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be here right now. They have a Mad Hatter room that we really want to do, but you got to need 4 people for that.
Yes.
And again, you'll hear this on another podcast. But this one really, I mean, I'm kind of almost done with Alice in Wonderland rooms.
It's a great theme because it's a great story, and there's so many things about it that fit the escape room, but there's also that many opportunities for it to go bad.
Right.
And unfortunately, we've seen more poor decisions than good decisions.
Right.
Although we have seen rooms that are done great, that have been escape. Waxhaw.
Escape down in North Carolina. Yep.
Great. We really don't have anything negative to really say
No,
about
that's
it.
been the best Alice room we've ever done.
You know?
It really was.
But, you know, it is what it is. And in my mind, the room was so immersive. The puzzles were hard, but they were there. I think that the game master killed this game more than anything else.
Well, in all reality, he wasted almost 15 minutes, the last 15 minutes of our time, because he didn't answer our call when we were asking for clues.
Yes.
And he wouldn't even admit that he was wrong. He wanted to, it must have been the walkie-talkie. And we tested the walkie-talkie, and it worked.
You know, that's the other thing with these walkie-talkies. Yes, it's a mechanical thing, and mechanical things fail. But never blame the walkie-talkie when there's a problem.
Right.
It's, you know what? Everything's supposed to work every time. And there should be a redundancy somewhere that, you know what? You should be trained that if you're not hearing something in so many minutes, you should be watching us on the screen. You see us pick up the walkie-talkie and talk into it.
Right.
If you don't hear anything,
right,
well, then you should come in and ask us.
Or
say
click
something.
it yourself. Right. Where, again, you'll hear it on another podcast. We had that happen today.
Yeah.
At a different place. Separate podcast. But all in all, again, immersion was good. Very good. Game Master was not, and kind of killed it. Killed the whole game for us, unfortunately. Move on to the second room, Sweet Shop. This one was different. We've done like speakeasies. We've done
Restaurants.
Restaurants / speakeasy type rooms. They had a restaurant element to it. We've done apartments that have had, appliances and everything else. This was just straight up, you're a baker.
Yeah.
And it was intriguing. Like, I wanted to, when I saw that, I was like, we never did like a candy store.
I was a little hesitant about it.
You were.
I thought that it might be a little bit on the kiddie side. I was wrong. I think that I had fun in the room.
I thought it was a really good room.
I had more fun in that room than in the Alice room.
Me too. Again, you're a baker. You got an hour to finish your. You got locked in the place. You got an hour to get out to get to the competition.
Yes,
that's what it is. And there was a couple little leaps here and there for answers, but other than that, I thought the room flowed pretty well.
Once we caught on to how they make their answers, it made the room go a lot easier.
Yeah,
this place has a certain way of wording their puzzles and wording their answers.
Exactly.
And I don't know if it's a Strong Island thing or if that's just the way that they do it. But once you figured out that, it did go easier. Immersion was really good.
It was really good. I gotta say, it was really good.
And I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I think what it made it a little bit better is if there was an actual oven in there of some sort, because you are a baker. It was more of a almost front end restaurant type. Front end of the bakery where you would sit down and eat your cookie and drink your coffee. And it was kind of set up that way, but there was a little fridge in there. There was, rolling pins and like everything you needed to
all
bake
the ingredients.
Cookies. Yeah, a lot of the ingredients. And everything was done very well. I thought it was cool. We got hung up on a couple.
There was a cool puzzle that we've done once or twice. Doesn't come up a lot, but it was done pretty well this time using your sense of smell.
Yes, and I still smell that on me.
And
I smelled that on me from when we left throughout that whole other room we just did. And actually, I don't smell it on me now, but I did.
It was pretty good in the sense we're strong enough that you could
determine which was which. Them. And one of them I thought was going to be tough to determine, but it was done very well.
Yeah,
it was done very well, and he gave us a heads up on that too.
Yeah,
that there was going to be a point where you're going to have to do this. We got hung up on another puzzle. Again, it had a safe in it. we were lucky. We didn't get the safes locked out on us. No, nothing. But
one thing that you should always ask for as a player, if you're doing a room and there's a safe in it, always ask if you could give the GM the code that you think it is before you put it in the safe.
right.
Most ones that we've talked to said, yeah, that's great.
We've seen them in rooms where it says, "Please call out
Yeah.
the code
Because
before entering."
they would rather tell you, no, that's the wrong code than have you pissed off that you're going to be...
You just wasted 3 to 5 minutes of your time.
Yeah. Or 15 minutes.
Or 15 from that one. But that was the one that said, "Please call out," but we didn't read it at the time.
Yeah.
But now we ask that question.
Yeah.
So, you live and learn when you do each of these rooms. All in all, I don't know.
I thought it was a cool room. I thought everything was well labeled
Yeah.
for being a baker's
Baker's room.
Everything is labeled the way I thought it should be. And everything looks real. Everything seemed to be about right.
Yep.
And we were our own worst enemy in that room a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah.
What always gets me is when the game master says, "Oh, your first puzzle's right in front of you," saying you should get that really easy.
Yeah, that was the next one too. That we wasted a good 10 minutes and we needed a clue.
Every time a game master says that, we just blank out and we're like,
Well, we got it, but we didn't get it the right way.
right.
And not for nothing, yes, there's something in the room that actually references it, but my other people may get it right away. In my head, I would never correlate the two together.
No.
I would have. I would have done exactly what you said.
Yep.
Which we were 2/3 right.
Yeah.
And that's it. Maybe we should have just guessed and hoped for the best on that one. It is what it is. All in all, challenge escape rooms down here in Long Island. We were at the Franklin Square. You can go to challengeescaperooms.com. You can check them out on Facebook. It's Challenge Escape Rooms.
Now, I will say, we did have the same game master for this game.
Yes.
And I think he was trying to be
A lot better on this
more
one.
attentive because we let him know after the first game what we thought about him.
Yeah.
And I think he was trying to redeem himself in this game.
And he did a pretty
he
good
did.
job.
Yeah.
He did. So, granted, again, it's a Saturday. Apparently, everything is booked up down here on Saturdays. We're not used to that. We're not used to that, like up in Connecticut.
It's Halloween.
It's Halloween too. People want spooky. They have a lot of horror themes.
Yeah, he made the point of this is our busiest time for horror themes.
Yeah.
And my kids are grown. I didn't even really think about it's Halloween.
Right. I didn't either. I figured it was Halloween. I figured it was a good time to go because more people are going to be out and about.
Yeah.
I'm thinking at Halloween parties and this and that than actually doing escape rooms.
Yep.
And because I don't really correlate horror with escape rooms. I think more of fun houses and haunted houses. I don't. Yes, there's the killer room, there's the psycho room, there's the this that, but I don't see that as a.
But if you didn't do escape rooms,
it
or
would
you
be.
didn't do the amount that we do, if you only did a half a dozen,
Right.
and you look and you say, oh well, they have a psycho room and they have a killer room
Yeah.
and they have a haunted room. Yeah, then
can see that.
It is. We see this after 200 and whatever. We
Right.
see the same themes over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's not a big deal.
No, you're 100% right. But again, maybe we'll come back and try out some of the other rooms. We'll see. We're only in Long Island for the next couple days.
Yep.
And we already have a few tentative plans. And again, the second place we went to today, we'll talk about it on the next podcast. But they really want us to come back tomorrow.
Yes.
And try their other rooms and their other locations too.
Yep.
So we're going to see how that works out. Again, as we said at the beginning, if anybody'd like to try to join our crew and be our travel buddies, I mean, we don't travel very far unless we're flying to Florida or whatever. The furthest we've driven, I think, is
Florida?
3. Well, that was before escape rooms, though. Actually, no, that was during.
That was first
rooms.
escape room.
No, well, the second year.
Yeah.
Furthest we've been driving has been 3, maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
We went to New Hampshire and Jersey.
Yep.
Those are probably the longest rides we've had so far.
And we do tend to do things kind of spur of the moment.
Yeah, we do.
Which screws up people because a lot of people need more notice.
That's what happens when you're single.
Hey.
Yeah, baby, yeah! Shabba!
Anyway.
Ain't no lagging when the tail's wagging.
Shabba!
But, yeah, so, again, just contact us on Facebook, DIU Escape Crew. Other than that, make sure you check out our website, diuescapecrew.com.
Or if you got a place that you want us to come to and have us play your games, let us know. We're always looking for new places to go to.
Exactly.
And
if you'd like to be a guest, hit us up. You know, we have pretty much travel equipment.
Yes.
And as you can hear, because we are at the lovely La Quinta Suites.
Penthouse suite, baby.
Well, yeah, close. So
taking over the world.
One
podcast at a time.
One hotel room at a time. One escape room at a time. But yeah, again, you want us to check out your rooms, let us know. You want to be a guest, let us know. Make sure you check out our swag page, man. Get yourself some DIU Escape Crew swag.
Hell yeah, swag.
We got a brand new shirt up there. It's the orange skull.
Scully.
It's not the exit like our normal logo is. It's a different one. I mean, now that we got the skull on the logo, but check it out. On our next podcast, I think we're going to be talking about Escape Zone, right?
Yes.
And we're going to have quite a bit to say about that, too.
Yeah, I think so.
Other than that, man, again, just like us, share it. You got questions for us, wherever you see it posted, wherever you see our podcast posted, write something underneath. Whatever, you know, we'll answer the best we can on the next podcast.
Like us, download us.
Yeah.
Listen any way you can. Listen.
Yep. Well, I think that's about it, man.
Yeah.
Challenge escape rooms. That's it.
I am out.
So am I. You'll hear from us when you hear from us.
Peace.
Later.